Welcome to ESL Nerds. I'm Corey, and today we're doing a low-level grammar video about prepositions. This video is also good for students at any level, but prepositions are one of those things that are just hard for a lot of people. Non-native speakers often are going to have trouble with prepositions their whole life, and it's frustrating. I'm sorry. Let's take a look and see if we can learn a little more about prepositions. All right, let's talk about some prepositions. Remember, prepositions are words that give us more information about time, location, or direction. So let's first talk about the way a preposition works in terms of grammar. So this is really easy, right? It's really just preposition plus noun. Technically, right, it could be a noun phrase, so like more than one noun together, or a noun with adjectives or something like this. So I could say, in my house, or at breakfast and dinner, right? That in, that at are my prepositions. So when we have this preposition plus noun, we can put those in a few places, right? We can put these at the beginning of a sentence. We can put these in the middle of a sentence. And we can put these at the end of a sentence. That means they go pretty much everywhere. When we put them at the beginning of a sentence, use a comma, right? In my house, we eat a lot of Chinese food because my wife is Chinese. So, right, that in my house, we have a comma. At breakfast and dinner, my daughters make a mess. I know they're 6. That happens. Again, right? Those are at the beginning. I could also say, we eat a lot of Chinese food in my house. No comma. My daughters make a mess at breakfast and dinner. No comma. If we put them in the middle of a sentence, there's weird rules about that. So don't worry about it yet. Sometimes there's commas. Sometimes there's not. You'll get there. Now, let's talk a little about prepositions of time. So the prepositions that we use for time are at, on, by, before, during, after, for, from, to, until. Right? These are the main. Oh, sorry, I forgot one. In. So, at is going to give us a specific time, right? At 9:30 a.m. On is going to give us, this is what we use for days and dates, right? On Monday, or on November 26th, something like that. By means no later than, right? I usually have homework is due, no later than. So like, for example, homework is due by 11:59 p.m. That means if you turn it in at 12 a.m., it's late. In is hard. In is sort of talking about from now, right? So starting now. So like maybe I could say, class starts in 10 minutes, right? So that means if right now it is 11:50, that means that class starts in 10 minutes at 12 o'clock. Now, before, right? Before, during, and after, all talk about like events. So before, right, happens first, right? So I could say something like before class, right? During means at the same time. So I could say during class, right? Meaning at the same time as your class. After is, right, something that happens later. After class. After class, you can go home or something. For, we use to give an amount of time, right? I could say class will last for 45 minutes or something like that. From, we usually use, we can use from by itself, but it shows a start time. So maybe business is open from 8 o'clock a.m. or a test is open from Wednesday, right? To shows an end time, right? To 8 o'clock p.m. Until, in this case, works about the same, right? It also shows the end time. Until 8 o'clock p.m. They work the same. Those are our prepositions of time. Next, we have prepositions of place. First, we have in. Spider-Man is in the apartment. And on. Spider-Man is on the table. Under. Spider-Man is under the table. And over. Spider-Man is over the table. In front of. Spider-Man is in front of the table. And in back of or behind. Spider-Man is behind the table. Then we have to the right of or next to. Spider-Man is to the right of the table. Spider-Man is next to the table. And to the left of or next to. Spider-Man is to the left of the table. Spider-Man is next to the table. Next, we have across from or opposite. Spider-Man is across from the table. Across from is more common, I think. And between. Spider-Man is between Captain America and Iron Man. Near. Spider-Man is near Iron Man. And far from. Spider-Man is far from Iron Man. Those are our prepositions of place. Finally, we have prepositions of direction or movement. We use these a lot. First, we have to. Mario runs to the castle. And from. Mario runs from the castle. Into. Mario goes into the castle. And out of. Mario goes out of the castle. Over. Mario jumps over the bomb. And under. Mario runs under the bridge. On. And off. Mario jumps off the path. Across. Mario walks across the path. And through. Mario swims through the water. Along. Mario walks along the path. And around. Mario runs around the tree. Up. Mario climbs up the tree. And down. Mario slides down the tree. Toward. Mario runs toward the tree. And past. Mario runs past the tree and gets hit with a water balloon. And that's it for prepositions of direction or movement. There are a few other things we do with prepositions. We have what you call phrasal verbs. And phrasal verbs are verbs that go with a preposition. Right? So they go with a preposition and it means a different thing than it would mean without the preposition. For example, the verb turn means something different from turn on or turn off, right? They mean two different things. Those are phrasal verbs. We have a lot of phrasal verbs in English. My suggestion for learning phrasal verbs is that you have a couple of choices. One thing you can do is just read, right? When you find phrasal verbs, make a note. You can also look them up, right? You can go to Google and put in a list of phrasal verbs. You'll get a lot. One grammar note for phrasal verbs is that some of them can be split, right? Like turn the light on, right? We can split that phrasal verb into two parts and put that object, the light, in between. Some phrasal verbs can't, right? Some can be split, right? Turn the light on. Some cannot be split. Like run into. We can't split that phrasal verb. So it is important to remember that. yeah, there's not a good way to learn them. You just kind of have to see them a lot and use them. So yeah, that is prepositions. Have fun with those. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed learning about prepositions. I had a lot of fun putting this video together. So yeah, if you like this video, please click that like button at the bottom and subscribe for more grammar videos.